Alright, before we start, I'd like to apologize for two things. One, my hair looks like shit, and I've been trying to fix it, like, all day, and it's not working. And the lighting, because it's, like, dark out, and I have to put on that light, and it's not, like, bright or anything, and the webcam gets all shitty, so just thought I'd put that out there. Okay, now on to the episode review. See, I would just like to point out that I am a total Ruby hipster. I loved her in the first episode when I saw her and she had like one line. I was like, she's gonna be an awesome character, and she was. What? I loved this episode. It was amazing, and Ruby's my favorite character ever. Like, Snow White is the best lines, Rumpelstiltskin is the best laugh, but Ruby, best character ever. I also ship Red White, which is my pairing name for Red Riding Hood and Snow White, because they're just amazing together, and I ship that so much more than Prince White, which is, sounds kind of racist, but it's the, for me, because I have like all these pairing names that no one ever gets, although they probably should get. I don't know. But yeah, so I'd like to say, first of all, Ruby is a badass. She was such a badass in this episode. Like, when she's like, let's kill ourselves, and she like goes out with like a little bow and arrow, and she's gonna like tracking the wolf, and then she like figures out, holy crap, it's a werewolf, and holy crap, it's Peter, even though it isn't, because it's like actually her. And she's like, I'm such a badass, I'm such a badass, I'm such a badass, I'm such a badass. And that line that Emma had, when she's like, when like Henry's like, you know, she's Red Riding Hood, and she's like, what, with the basket? Like, I don't know, Ruby doesn't seem like a badass. And I'm like, okay, is that being sarcastic or is that true? Because if it's sarcastic, I totally agree with you, she's amazing. But if it's true, what the hell is wrong with you? I just didn't understand what she's doing with that line. Also, best line in the entire thing, call me Mary. It's like, call me Margaret. No, Mary. I'm like, like they, put that scene up, before in the, Facebook, and in the Facebook, and I, like, when I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, I love you guys. I bow down to you. And oh my god. Also, Snow White looked really terrified this entire episode, and I feel like there's going to need to be an explanation for that, because, I mean, in all the others, like, you know, in 7:15 a.m., she, like, goes into this castle, she, you know, like, sings past all the guards, get arrested, is almost killed, and then has her life threatened, and she doesn't even, like, look terrified. She's like, oh, cool, I'm cool, fine with that, fuck that. Fuck Prince Charming, I just want to live. And then she's like really terrified in this episode, so I feel like they should have an explanation for that. Also, I noticed this is a really like dark and gory episode. Like in the first one, it's like, you know, kind of happy because it's like, oh, Emma's here, she's gonna save everyone, yay! And then there's the second one where it's like, oh, it's so sweet, she named Henry after her father. And there's the third one where it's like Prince Charming and Snow White, and it's really sweet and stuff. And then he woke up and it's like, yay! And then this episode was like death, like guts everywhere and blood in the well, and then like her killing her true love, and you're like, wait, what? Like, they've gotten so dark, and the next episode's even worse, but I'm not gonna get to that later. Also, werewolf. I totes called that. And I just said totes, what the hell's wrong with me? But like, when I was first watching, I'm like, oh, Wolf's gonna be a werewolf, and then it's like, holy crap, it's a werewolf, I'm like, called it, oh, it's gonna be Peter, holy crap, it's Peter, called it, and then Ruby had that line, where she's like, it's like, can't you hear? I'm like, wait, she's the wolf. Instead of the other part where David was like, black, so maybe he's the wolf. But no, Red, like, I was like, okay, Red's probably the wolf, but I don't want him to be the wolf, so I didn't really believe that when he's, when like, she, like, Rainy was like, when, like, okay, Snow was like, oh, he's tied up, and then Granny's like, that poor boy, I'm like, no! So I really, hope they also get, like, more backstory between the whole Snow White, Red, like, plot line, because that's really interesting. Like, I really like how those two bonded. And also, I'm gonna be a total English nerd here and be, say that, there was a literary device going on. Snow White was wearing white, which is, like, all perfect and no light and stupid shit like that, and then Red was wearing red, which is, like, gore and blood, and she's the wolf, so I'm like, interesting. Yeah, oh, Also, next episode. Oh my god, calm my beating heart. It's like, Ginnifer Goodwin is such an amazing actress, and I'm kind of obsessed with her, even though I've never seen anything else that she's in. And like, I mean, she's like one of the few people who actually plays like two different characters. Cause like in the real world, like Mary Margaret's like this. She's like totally terrified of everything. She like can't do anything. And like, you know, in the other fairy tale world, she's like, I'm a badass bitch. And oh my god, she looks so good, and it's gonna be so amazing. And I'm really excited because they put the summaries of the episodes, like a few episodes, and the names of them, which are really exciting if you actually if you assume stuff. So I'm getting into them right now. So after the next episode, which is called Heart of Darkness. Oh, also on that. Spoilers, by the way. Stop watching if you want spoilers. Don't want spoilers. So Mary Margaret hires Mr. Gold as his attorney, and it's yeah, she's gonna be trying to kill the evil queen. And after that, it's the episode called Hat Trick, which is the Mad Hatter episode, where Emma's gonna get kidnapped by the Mad Hatter, who in the real world is this insane guy obsessed with hats, and then in the fairy tale world, it's gonna be why he's mad. Then after that, it's gonna be the Stable Boy. Emma continues to search for evidence that will prove Mary Margaret's innocence in the Catherine Nolan murder, while the event that caused the evil queens to loathe Snow White is revealed along with the queen's choice between betraying her mother Cora for true love or betrothing royalty and living in a regal but loveless life. Holy crap. Oh my god. And then there's a return. I have no idea what that's going to be about. I initially assumed it was Catherine, but now she's dead. Because, I mean, hello. Heart. Can't really live without a heart. Cough, cough, Graham. Even though his heart was like this weird stone thing. And Evil Queen can, like, go through stuff. She's, like, went through his chest and grabbed it. It's like, oh, look, a stone. I'm so strong that I can crush it with my bare hand. But, really exciting. After that, episode's called The Stranger. And then after that, it's called Apple Red as Blood. Oh my god. and then after that, it's TBA, but that's the season finale, and it's like, oh my god, caught my beating heart. And I'm sorry this is so long, but I had to obsess. Like, holy motherfucking god, this was so. It was so good. It's probably like one of my favorite eps, and I love Ruby, and I feel so bad for her. Like that moment when she was like trying to hug Granny, and Granny's like, "No, you have to go." I'm like, "No, hug me, Ruby, and fuck me." So yeah, subscribe, follow me on Tumblr. My URL is The Courage of Billy Batson. Bye. Oh my god, I need a moment. So, bye. See you on Wednesday. Shit, where I do a Wally vlog because I filmed that. But yeah.